They drilled the deepest hole in human history, and then they sealed it forever. In 1970, the Soviet Union began an experiment called the Kola Superdeep Borehole. Their goal was simple: reach as deep into Earth's crust as technology allowed. After nearly 20 years, they reached 12.2 kilometers deep, the deepest hole ever made by humans. But something went wrong. At that depth, temperatures were far hotter than predicted, over 180 degrees Celsius. Rock behaved like plastic. Equipment began to fail. Then came the rumors. Scientists claimed they heard screams from below the Earth. Officially, it was abandoned due to heat. Unofficially, no one knows what they reached. Nine experienced hikers entered the mountains. None of them returned. In 1959, a university expedition from the Soviet Union set out across the remote Ural Mountains. Their destination was a frozen slope known as Dyatlov Pass. When rescuers arrived weeks later, they found the tent collapsed, cut open from the inside. Some bodies were barefoot in deep snow. Others had massive internal injuries with no external wounds. Authorities blamed a compelling natural force. The case was quietly sealed. Decades later, the truth remains buried. Avalanche, military testing, or something else? The mountains never answered. In 1977, Earth received a signal from space that science still cannot explain. It was detected by a radio telescope operated by researchers at Ohio State University. They were searching for intelligent life beyond Earth. For exactly 72 seconds, a powerful radio burst appeared, stronger than anything ever recorded before. One scientist circled the data and wrote a single word in the margin: "Wow." It didn't match satellites. It wasn't a comet. It wasn't natural interference, and it never repeated. No message followed. No signal returned. Whatever reached Earth that night never spoke again. This city was evacuated in hours and never reopened. Before 1974, Varosha was a luxury resort. Celebrities vacationed here. Hotels were fully booked. Life was normal. Then suddenly, war reached the streets. Residents fled, believing they would return in days. Instead, the military fenced the entire district. Entry was forbidden. Even the owners were locked out. Meals were left on tables. Cars rusted in place. Nature slowly reclaimed the city. Decades later, Varosha remains mostly empty. Why was a city preserved like a time capsule? And what still isn't allowed to be seen? This photograph was taken in 1941, but one detail doesn't belong there. Imagine a crowd gathered in Switzerland during the early years of World War II. Nothing unusual at first glance. But zoom in on one man's wrist. He appears to be wearing a modern-style wristwatch, decades before such designs existed. At the time, wristwatches were rare, small, and looked nothing like this. Yet the photograph is verified as authentic. Some say it was a prototype. Others believe it's a trick of perspective. And some claim something far stranger. If the photo wasn't altered and the watch wasn't invented yet, then how did it get there? They say this experiment never existed, but the base is still there. On the eastern tip of New York, at Montauk Point, stands an abandoned military facility known as Camp Hero. According to witnesses, secret experiments were conducted here. Mind control, psychological warfare, and something far more dangerous. They claimed to manipulate time itself. One account says a doorway was opened, not to another place, but another moment. Officially, the project was terminated. Files were sealed. The site was abandoned. But some researchers say the shutdown came too late. If nothing happened here, why is it still restricted? And why do locals say something never left? People say this forest feels different. Some walk in and are never seen again. At the base of Mount Fuji lies Aokigahara Forest, dense, silent, almost soundless. The ground is volcanic rock. Compasses often fail. Phones lose signal. It's easy to lose direction. Signs at the entrance ask visitors to turn back, to think of their family. Guides say the forest disorients even experts. Locals speak of spirits and echoes. Others say it's psychology. The forest amplifies what you bring inside. Is Aokigahara dangerous or misunderstood? Those who leave rarely forget it. Those who don't never tell their story. In 1954, a man landed at an international airport. His passport was valid, but his country didn't exist. He spoke multiple languages, answered every question calmly. He said he was from Taured, a nation no official record recognized. Officials checked maps, databases, even atlases. The location he pointed to was a different country entirely. His documents appeared authentic. Stamps, visas, travel history, all real. Authorities placed him in a secure hotel room, guarded. The next morning, the room was empty. No signs of escape. No witnesses. No explanation. A mistake? A hoax? Or a man who crossed over from a world almost identical to ours, but not quite? Every night, on certain radio frequencies, a voice begins counting. These are called numbers stations, shortwave radio broadcasts heard across the world. They read strings of numbers over and over and over again. Experts believe they were used for espionage, spies, one-time pads, unbreakable codes. A single message meant for one listener. Many began during the Cold War, but here's the problem. The war ended. The broadcasts didn't. No government admits responsibility. Signals move, frequencies change, yet some stations have been active for decades. If no one is listening, why are they still transmitting? And if someone is listening, what message are they waiting for? There are places on Earth you are never allowed to visit. Not because they're dangerous, but because they're restricted. At the southernmost point of the planet lies Antarctica, a land without borders, yet covered in invisible lines of control. International treaties govern the continent. Science is allowed. Exploration is permitted. But certain zones are completely off-limits. Satellite images show areas that are blurred or missing entirely. Some regions require military clearance. Even researchers can't enter. Governments say it's about protection, environmental safety, national interest. But no full explanation has ever been released. If there's nothing to hide, why keep these files classified? What lies beneath the ice that no one is allowed to see? The files are closed. The questions are not.